How to make stacked tassels with Loome. What you'll need are at least 3 wild and crazy tassels, scissors, and a tapestry needle. So your final product will look something like this. Here we have 4 stacks, and I actually made a rope to attach to it, but you could stack 2, 3, up to 10 or 50, whichever you like. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring over wild and crazy tassels that I already did. So now these tassels are really easy to make. You could look at one of our videos as well. They basically are tassels without head knots. So the trick to making these are, you're just going to stitch actually each tassel to one another. I'll demonstrate one, and that's actually the premise for the rest of the tassel. Your top tassel, however, I recommend always having kind of a pretty tie, longer tie. The other tassels I tied with crochet yarn. So these are kind of thinner yarn, really easy to use and easy to find. And since they're not going to show up anyhow, it doesn't matter that you use the same yarn as your tassel yarn. So all you do is you're going to thread one end of the double knot that's already there. You're going to take the tassel that's going to sit on top, and you're basically going to thread this right under the yarn or the thread that's actually holding that neck, the head of the tassels together. So you're going to thread one side. Now you can go ahead and tie a tight double knot right away together like this. What I like to do though, although it's a little bit more time consuming, is to actually take the other end and actually work it the opposite end. Now I only recommend this part just because it's more time consuming. If you're going to be using this tassel and it's going to be moving around a lot and it's going to be kind of, I don't know, maybe traveling with you on a purse or on a luggage, just gives it extra security. If not, you could just tie it to one side. Now what you're going to do is you're going to tie a tight double knot. Go really tight, and when you're tying this together, the 2 tassels will just naturally pull together. And since the tight double knot is already in there on the head, it won't kind of pull the tassel any other way. If you want extra security, you could actually make another tight double knot just by going around the tassel. Again, you know, a lot of times we make these for shows so people can see. So there's a lot of people going by and touching our tassel. So we always like to add extra security with making more knots. This, you can't go wrong with that. And also when you're working with thin yarn, again, you never see it. And they're just kind of help secure everything together. I'm going to make 3 knots on this side and then trim. And then you will repeat for the next tassel. We call this, when we use 3, we call it the triple decker. It's easy, it's a good name to use. Once you're done, what I always like to do is shake it out a little bit. Helps the tassel fall really nicely. These are so cute. So here's your stacked tassels.